Imagine being dead, but like knowing that. Like fully believing that you are currently deceased. Meet Marie, our protagonist. Don't worry, I'm sure nothing incredibly unfortunate is about to happen to her. So Marie woke up one morning and looked in the mirror, but there was just no one there. She felt like her soul was just gone. Her organs had shut down and she was nothing more than a shell of a human, like a zombie. But that belief had major consequences. She stopped eating and caring for herself because, well, why would a dead person require food or self-care? Welcome to Cotard syndrome, or walking corpse syndrome. This condition is frequently connected to severe depression and psychosis. Cotard syndrome causes people to both lose touch with reality and their basic survival instincts. The real kicker here is that the misunderstanding grows so powerful that it becomes deadly. If you believe you're dead, then why eat? Why bother drinking water? In your mind, you're already decaying, so you may as well starve yourself to death, which ironically is how you die. But don't worry, there's a solution. Just an unholy cocktail of antidepressants, antipsychotics, and anti-anxiety medications. And if that doesn't work, there's always the traditional reset option. Yup, intentionally triggering a seizure by literally zapping your brain. There's no medicine quite like being tased in the frickin' head, I guess, so. Fun fact, patients who don't get treatment will just fade away. They'll kinda just slowly stop living. That's fun, isn't it? This may be the most horrifying disease in the video. If Cotard's makes you believe you've died, then Stoneman syndrome will make you wish you had. People with this rare disease gradually transform into statues. Yes, real life ones. Except instead of stone, it's bone. Because who doesn't want their muscles and tissues replaced with bone? I'm not even joking, this is actually true. Out there somewhere, some unlucky dude is turning into a statue as we speak. So I'm going to explain how this actually happens. Signs of this condition are more noticeable in childhood. It starts with the overgrowth of bone in the neck and shoulders and proceeds down the body all the way to your limbs. The illness commonly begins in childhood, with stiff joints or difficulty moving in certain body parts. As bone development spreads, patients lose the capacity to move their limbs, necks, and even their mouths. In severe situations, new bone development can damage the ribcage, making it difficult to breathe. Imagine like waking up in the morning trying to lift your arms for that satisfying morning stretch and you cramp up. Everyone's been there, right? Only you find out that it's not just a muscular spasm, it's your bone replacing your muscles. I personally have not been there. It's a horrible, irreversible process, and the cherry on top, there's no antidote. You can't even remove the additional bone because surgery makes the condition even worse. It's like your body is just doubled down on becoming a human rock. As the bone growth spreads, it blocks movement, and in time, it'll crush your lungs and paralyze your ribcage. And as you may expect, being unable to breathe kinda tends to kill you. Yup, that was completely horrifying. Next up, we got the classic African trypanosomiasis, or sleeping sickness. Sleeping your way to the grave sounds like a nice, relaxing way to go, right? Well, not when it's caused by African trypanosomiasis, more commonly known as sleeping sickness. This disease is transmitted by the lovely bite of the whatever it's called, this fly. So when you first get bitten, the fly injects some parasites into you. They don't do that much at first. It starts off like the common flu with high temperature, joint discomfort, and headaches. The parasites that hitchhiked into your body then proceed to invade your brain. At first, it looks like it's almost peaceful, falling asleep uncontrollably, dozing off in the middle of a discussion, but it doesn't end there. You'll eventually slip into a coma, and if not treated, you'll just stay there, permanently. It's literally a blue screen of death for your brain. Who hasn't fantasized about sleeping forever? But here's the catch, this isn't some random sleep issue, it will straight up kill you. Getting stung by this CC fly seems like you're done for. Yep, correct, tough luck. Nah, I'm kidding. Look, if you're lucky and catch this early, there are some procedures you're gonna have to go through, and even if they might appear to have been created by someone who hates you, they're good. But being real, they're rough. Just to diagnose you, you'll have to undergo blood tests, which is fairly normal. Then you're either going to have to go through a lymph node biopsy or a spinal tap, which is literally sticking a needle right into your Alice in Wonderland syndrome. Alice in Wonderland syndrome. Imagine I just said, like, as soon as you get this one, you explode. Just threw that in there. That'd be funny. Experience a world in which your hands expand to the size of watermelons and the corridor in your kitchen seems like it's 10 kilometers long. Welcome to Alice in Wonderland syndrome, where everything is surreal and nothing is real. Sounds like fun, right? Wrong. This neurological disorder alters your perspective of size, time, and space, transforming your brain into a real-life carnival funhouse, but without the fun. Dun dun dun. While the condition itself isn't life-threatening, the perceptual distortions could cause you to get a really nasty accident. You know, like missing a step on a staircase and breaking every bone in your body. The condition also interferes with your perception of time and place. Minutes might feel like hours, and distances can appear dramatically different. A little corridor might appear to be miles long. The environment around you becomes weird, moving landscapes, like in a Salvatore Dali painting. Fortunately, those episodes don't last long. They'll often appear and disappear and are frequently linked with migraines or epilepsy. So, Alice in Wonderland syndrome won't kill you directly, but if you can't tell how large or little items are, mishaps are inevitable. You could trip over things, grasp for something that isn't there, or just like walk into a wall because your head's gone full Mad Hatter. And let's be honest, being confused about something as simple as how far away a door is might land you in the hospital, or worse, an early grave if you're not cautious. Wait, did somebody say VPN? Oh my god, it's a sponsored segment. Say hello to Private Internet Access, who've sponsored this video. They're offering an insane 83% off deal, which is literally just $2.03 every month, along with the first 4 months just being completely free. But what even is a VPN? Using the internet without a VPN is like leaving your wallet, keys, and passport on the floor in a mall and walking away. All it takes is for one person to swoop in and steal all your information. A VPN hides your IP and safeguards your internet connection through an encrypted tunnel. So, like hiring bodyguards to protect your wallet and keys and passport. Private Internet Access is the world's most transparent VPN provider. They have over 30 million downloads, and it's been proven in court on multiple occasions that they never record or log any user data. And that's only one benefit of using a VPN. If you've ever tried to watch a movie or show but couldn't because it was blocked in your region, well, Private Internet Access can fix that. Using their VPN, you can switch your location to any one of 91 countries or any of the 50 US states, which will give you access to any TV show or movie that was previously blocked. I use this VPN a ton to switch my location with streaming services. I was in the US recently and couldn't watch The Office on Netflix because it isn't available there. So I just booted up Private Internet Access, switched my location to Canada, and 5 seconds later, I was able to watch The Office. Private Internet Access is available on all platforms and can be used to protect an unlimited amount of devices. Click on my link in the description and go do it. Thanks to Private Internet Access for the sponsor. Auto brewery syndrome. Alcohol, am I right, fellow adults? Ever heard of the condition that makes alcohol in your stomach? Auto brewery syndrome transforms your stomach into a brewery, converting carbohydrates into alcohol. This situation isn't amusing or unusual, it's an endless game of am I drunk or is it the bread? You'll also experience stomach aches, bloating that makes you look like you're in your second trimester, and excruciating headaches that will make you swear off sugar, carbohydrates, and yeast. Basically anything remotely tasty is off limits. But what's the real threat here? Well, alcohol poisoning may kill you even if you don't drink. Your body basically converts carbohydrates like pasta or rice into enough alcohol to push you well over the legal limit. So while you may believe you're eating just a carb-heavy dinner, your liver is saying, hold up, we're having a party and you're invited, haha. Auto brewery syndrome can result in unsafe intoxication levels, which could affect your ability to drive home or remain conscious. Over time, excessive alcohol use can wear out your liver, harm your brain, and result in deadly consequences. So the next time you eat some pizza, don't be shocked if you feel tipsy afterwards. Or next up is Hutchinson-Gilford progeria syndrome, otherwise known as just progeria. Progeria is the ultimate betrayal of all time. While most people complain about aging, children of progeria have to deal with it right away. When these children reach the age of 2, their bodies choose to skip right through childhood and into elderly conditions like heart disease, joint stiffness, and brittle bones. These kids with progeria begin to show signs of accelerated aging, such as hair loss, wrinkles, and a weaker bodily structure. It's like the natural aging process has accelerated, compressing a lifetime's worth of physical decay into a few short years. Progeria has little to no effect on cognitive development, so kids with the illness can stay mentally brilliant despite their declining health. They understand what's going on with their body, making this condition even more torturous. Progeria not only makes you look old, but also makes you feel old. Kids with this illness suffer from a lot of health problems, pretty much the same ones that 80-year-olds do, even though they're just learning to walk. Heart attacks, strokes, and cardiovascular problems become a part of their everyday lives. Most kids with progeria die before they reach puberty because their bodies just are unable to cope. Well, anyway, click this video here for more fun stuff like this.